Alright guys, we're up about less than 30 seconds or less than 40 seconds before market opens. So this is basically my zone that I have for today. So if I see price go below this level, I might take a sell trade. So currently we are in a downtrend, so I'm looking for more of sell trades today than buy trades, because as you can see here, earlier this year, or this month actually, earlier this month, we were seeing we were creating support right here. Price was refusing to break below this level. That's because we had tons of buyers in this market here. Then sellers were actually ended up being stronger than buyers. That's why we ended up seeing lower lows and lower high. Then right here again, you see we had buyers here, but because we were still in the downtrend, sellers came into the market, broke below this level, meaning that buyers are no longer interested in buying at this level. Price ended up selling. Then we came back up again. So if price can go below this level once more, then we'll be sure that price wants to keep pushing to the downside. Yeah. Well, if like I said, there were also people buying here. So if buyers are still in this market, we should see a push to the upside. But in order for me to take a buy trade, I would want to see price go above this level. Because if price goes above this level here, because we also have a level here, this level isn't just random. If we actually see here, this is this level right here. You can see people were selling here, we bought up, people also sold here, and we break above this level and buy up. Right, so if we break above this level, I'll still not look for a buy trade, because we also have people selling here. So it wouldn't make sense buying here when there are sellers here. So I would rather want price to break above this level here and then take my buys. Why? Because we have people buying above this level. So most likely price might not do that in 1 hour, so I might not take a buy trade today. The trade I want to see happen today, or the move I want to see or want to catch today, is the sell trade. If price keeps pushing to the upside, the session might have ended at that time and I would not be able to catch that. So if price wants to keep pushing to the upside, I might not catch a buy trade. But if we push below this level, then I might definitely catch that. Yeah, but December has been really low in terms of volume. Yeah, December has been really low in terms of volume. But hasn't been the best, especially when it comes to volume. Because, bro, this November, okay. When November, you were seeing the volume here. Look at 930, huge pushes. November was actually having the best volume. Like, look, November right there, November right there, November, huge volumes. This was also 930. You can see huge volumes, right? Huge volumes, huge volumes. Huge volumes, huge volumes. Even October, we're actually having huge volumes in the market. But when it comes to December, I feel like because the market, or because the year is ending, we have low volume. But that doesn't mean we'll catch. That doesn't mean we can't catch good trades. For example, on Monday we actually had a good, decent volume on Monday. On Friday, I don't trade on Fridays, but look at the volume that came into the market on Friday. December, that was last week Thursday. We also had a good volume. But look at Wednesday, chopped. Look at Tuesday, chopped. Monday too had a good volume. You know, so I just feel like December isn't like really the best month to trade. Yeah, when it comes to volume, price might go in your direction, but it's gonna take a while. For example, look at yesterday's trade, man. I don't know who won yesterday. I don't know who made profit yesterday, but this wasn't given. Like, bro, price was just going up and down, up and down. But as you can see here, let's hope price does a good thing today. I'm expecting to see price push below this level, then I'll look for a sell trade. Okay, we're so close to break below. If we break below that, I'm gonna take a sell trade. Alright, taking my sell trade right there. Oh shit. Yo, I just realized I took this sell trade on SP500. Oh my god. I forgot I was watching the S&P 500, so I ended up taking the trade on S&P 500 on my broker. Oh well. Oh yeah, but they kind of move alike, so damn. I ended up taking this sell trade on S&P 500, man. Well, we're just gonna let it sell. We're just gonna keep selling the S&P 500. It is what it is. But it's still kind of the same setup though, because right here, They kind of move alike, to be honest. They kind of move alike, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. Well, I made the mistake though, because they really look alike. The charts really look so much alike. Nasdaq and S&P 500 do look alike. Well, it's still an okay setup though. Yeah, but it is what it is. I ended up taking the sell trade on S&P 500, other than Nasdaq. But yeah, it's still chill. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, I'm just trying to mark out my levels for now on S&P, since that's the level, that's the trade I took. Okay, so this will be my setup. That'll be the setup right there. That'll be the trade I'll take right there. Okay. It low-key looks alike. No wonder I was so confused, because I was actually watching the S&P 500 yesterday. That was like later in the day. I was watching S&P 500 and Nasdaq, but then I left S&P 500 on my broker's chart. So when I saw Nasdaq dropping, also S&P 2 was also dropping, because it literally the same thing happening. So I ended up mistaking S&P for Nasdaq, because it literally looks so much alike. Like, let me add this to mine. It literally looks so much alike. Oh wait. Like, you can't tell me these guys don't look alike, bro. Literally the same setup. Literally the same setup. So yeah, so I feel like this should also play out, because like yesterday too, S&P was also chopping around, you know. Well, let's just see how this plays out. Let's see how this plays out. So I'm trading S&P while you guys are trading Nasdaq. But they kind of look alike, so I guess we're just gonna keep it like that. Crazy mistake right there. But yeah, let's just keep hoping price does what it has to do, right? With this huge push, I don't see price coming back up. Like, I literally don't see price coming back up. So I'm actually gonna hold this to target 2. Yeah, you guys should hold to target 2. Nothing like 1-to-1 today. We are gonna drop like crazy, and I can already see it. Because I need to give you a little quick lesson, right? If we have price doing this, we have a lower low, right? We made a lower high. We made a lower low, right? Now we come back to make a lower high. Bro, we already know that this was our last level, or this was our last level of people buying, right? Now we know, since we're in a downtrend, if price should go anything below this level, what is going to happen? Remember here, when we went below this level, we went down. So if price is making a lower high and not a higher high, price is making a lower high and then start to break below this level, what does that tell us? That tells us we should keep pushing to the downside. Why? Because we are in a downtrend. If we are in an uptrend, we shouldn't come back here. If we are in an uptrend, we should make a higher high. Then that way we know that, okay, we want to keep pushing to the upside. But this time we made a lower high. But if we're pushing below this level, bro, we should definitely keep pushing and even make a lower low. So this is just basically telling us that we are in a downtrend today. Yeah, we've been in the downtrend. Let's see what S&P is doing. Okay, we're so close to target 1. Nasdaq is so close to target 1. Same. Okay, yeah, I was about to say Nasdaq is close to target 1 than S&P 500. Or it is actually. Nasdaq is closer to target 1 than the S&P 500. So for sure we're gonna reach this level on Nasdaq. For sure we're gonna reach this level on Nasdaq. S&P 500 should actually keep dropping. I believe it's gonna keep dropping still. I believe it's also gonna keep dropping too. Yeah. So even if we're going back up, don't worry, we're not going past this high. That's why my stops is at this high. We're not going past this high for us to make this lower low. For us to make this low right here that we're making. So we should definitely get to this level for sure. Either a New York session or later in the day. Alright, so it's about 2 hours later. As you can see, Nasdaq already hit TP. And then S&P also hit TP too. So yeah, like I said, it's December is like price is gonna go into your direction if you know what you're doing, but it's just gonna take way longer time. Like as you can see, like I already said, price was definitely gonna keep pushing to the downside because if we actually, because we're definitely in the downtrend. So you can see here, buyers at this level, we broke below, came back up. If we started to create higher highs and higher lows, we would have kept going higher. We did not have any business below this level. But as you can see here, we went below that level, started making lower lows, made a lower low, made a lower high. At this point, this is S&P 500 basically. So at this point, we were supposed to keep on pushing above this level to the upside, but we ended up coming back down. For us to come back down, that's basically signifying that we want to keep pushing lower. Because here, as you can see, people bought here, people bought here. Sellers came into the market, went below here. Buyers were no longer interested in buying, so sellers became more in control in the market. Buyers pushed price above this level, but they weren't as strong, or they didn't have as much power to push price higher. So the seller stepped in, and then when price went below this level, you know, because of what happened here, price also repeated itself. Now we came back up into this level, same thing happening. If we at market open, we're supposed to keep pushing to the upside. If buyers were in this market, but we respected this level here. Imagine, see, there are sellers here. There are also people selling here. So price came here. You can see people sold, went below this level. Remember, when price goes below this level, we sell. Price goes below this level, we sell. When price also goes below this level, we know we're going to sell, because on the higher time frame, which is on the 1 hour, we're already making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower lows, and lower lows, lower highs, and then lower lows. So same thing happened on Nasdaq. On Nasdaq, I wasn't able to take a trade on Nasdaq. I ended up taking it on S&P 500, which actually made less money today because this was actually what I did today. I didn't go for a 1-2-1 and then close out half. I went for a 1-2 directly. I closed off all my positions at a 1-2. So yeah, basically like we called about 300 pips today because I ended up entering more positions than usual. Well, on Nasdaq I didn't enter any trades, but as you can see, same setup. So you like Nasdaq and S&P 500 actually do or move alike, because literally the same shit that happened today. So Nasdaq, same thing. Like I said, people were buying at this level. We broke below. Nasdaq looks more cleaner in my opinion, because here you literally see clear market structure. We go below this level, showing us that sellers are in this market. Going back into this level, we sold. Came back into this level a little bit. Came back a little bit above this level. Remember, at this level, we have people buying and also people selling. Well, as we are above this level, people should be buying. So, you know, because we're already in a downtrend, the buyers were not as strong as the sellers, so price ended up pushing below this level. I noticed below this level we have people selling. So people price was not even supposed to go below this level if there are buyers in this market, but we ended up going below this level, and obviously below this level we're going to sell. So that means we're going to repeat itself, and like I said, we're going to go lower than this level because we are in a downtrend. We're making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then lower lows. But yeah, that was a good day, great day today. Just that it took way too much time. It took way too much time today. But yeah, it is what it is. We still caught the trade, we still caught the W. And yeah, that'll be basically it for today. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.